Yo, what's going on, folks? It's your boy Blessitsjeff back at it again with a new video. If you're new to the channel, welcome to the Bless Spot, folks. We bring out new recipes each and every week that are easy to follow, tasty, but more so fun. Because cooking is all about having fun and enjoying yourself. Alright, today's recipe needs no introduction. That's right, I'm talking about Nigerian oven-baked jollof rice. Now, as I've said in times past, there are literally so many ways to make jollof rice. So today's method is one of my favorites, oven-baked style. Alright, stay tuned, let's learn something. Come on.
Alright, first things first, in order to make really good jollof rice, you need to have a great stew base, alright? So for this stew base, we're starting with 4 tomatoes, 1 scotch bonnet or habanero, 1 red onion, and then 4 red bell peppers. And all these can be sourced from your local grocery store. And also, if all the peppers don't fit in your blender, it's perfectly fine. You can blend it in batches like I'm doing right here. So of course, blend the first batch. And again, the consistency that I like is a bit chunky, so majority smooth, but I do like some chunks here and there. And as you can see, I am adding the rest of the bell peppers. And also take note, I did add the tomatoes first because they are a bit more liquidy. And so from there, we're limiting the amount of water that we put because we don't want to add too much water. Alright, so once we're all blended, what I like to do next is run the mixture through a sieve. And what this does is it gets rid of any excess liquid. As I said earlier, we don't want too much water or too much liquid in there. So of course, to the best of your abilities, get out as much as you can. But again, if there is still some left, perfectly fine. And for reference, this is how it should look, a little clumpy here and there, but for the most part, as smooth as you can get it, and remove as much water as possible. Alright, let's put that to the side. In a separate pan, let's come in with about 1.5 cups of any neutral oil. So whether canola or vegetable oil. And for right now, we want to get the oil nice and hot. And what we're going to do is we're going to fry up half of a red onion. So of course, to the best of your abilities. And from at this step here, the heat is on a medium high. So if you have a number system, I'm on a 6.5, 7. And again, the point is just to, get some color on these onions. So we're going to fry for about 3 to 4 minutes. And from here, we're going to add 1 small 6-ounce can of tomato paste. And again, just to the best of your abilities, break it up, work it in, let that fry down as well. And just for reference, this is how it should look. See, nice, deep, rich red. From there, we're going to go ahead and add in our blended tomato and pepper mixture. We're going to mix it up and let it sit for about 10 minutes. Alright, at this point, let's go ahead and season up. We have 1 teaspoon of each: chicken bouillon, thyme, curry powder, ginger powder, bay leaves, and also sugar. And then I did come back in and add 1 tablespoon of salt. And yes, I did say sugar earlier, you heard me correctly. Whenever you cook with tomatoes, you always want to add sugar because it is acidic, so you want to balance out that acidity. And from there, we did let it sit for about 10 minutes and the heat was dropped to about a medium low. Again, for a number system, I was on a 5. Be advised, it does splatter and pop, so just bear with it. And again, I let it cook for an additional 10 minutes or 20 minutes in total. Taste as you go, just in case you want to add more of something. Right here I have 5 cups of washed parboiled rice. You want to wash until the water runs clear. And for the spicy, we have 2 tablespoons of each: garlic powder, thyme, onion powder, chicken bouillon, 2 bay leaves, and I also did come in with some chicken stock, homemade, but of course if you don't have any, that's perfectly fine. Store-bought will use, and I did come in with a teaspoon of salt. And so what I like to do also from here is that stew we made earlier, you want to cover the surface of the rice fully. So again, whether you're doing more rice or less, either way, you want to fully cover the surface in that stew. All right, very, very, very important. Alright, so at this point, you want to come in with enough water to cover the surface of the rice by about 1 inch. So in my case, I did about 3 cups of water. And also, it is better to use hot water as opposed to cold. Cold will do the trick, but hot helps the rice become a lot softer faster. So hey, good rule of thumb, use hot water. At this point, go be sure to mix everything up, get it nice and evenly incorporated. And as I said earlier, taste as you go. See if you need more seasoning, more spices, whatever the case is. But again, taste as you go. Make sure everything is nice and evenly incorporated. And from here, you want to properly seal it with foil. The foil helps to trap in all that excess steam and moisture, which in turn is what actually cooks the rice. So again, make sure you have a nice tight seal, and then into a 400-degree oven for 25 minutes. Alright, so after 25 minutes has elapsed, let's take off the foil and check it out. So of course, first things first, it's not done, we know that. But at this point, we want to do two main things. First and foremost, let's give it a nice mixture, just to make sure everything is again evenly incorporated. And also, you want to taste it as well for two reasons. A, first to check the doneness of the rice. If it's still firm, if it is, put it back in there. But also, again, make sure you have enough seasoning. And from here, we're going to put it back in for additional 15 minutes. Alright, 15 minutes has elapsed. We're going to check in it one more time. As stated earlier, mix it, make sure everything is nice and evenly incorporated. And again, try some as well to see if you need more water. In this case, it was still a bit moist, so no water was needed. So I covered it back up and put it in for another 15 minutes. All right, patience is definitely needed. All right, so 15 minutes has elapsed. Again, mix it one more time, and of course I did go ahead and taste it, and to my liking, it was nice and soft, but again, as you can see, it was still a bit moist. So at this point, what I did was I did put it back in the oven for additional 10 minutes, however, uncovered, because at this point, we just want to dry it out. So again, after that, let's take it out. Everything was nice and perfect. I gave it one more final taste test, smooth, enough spices, and so at this point, all that's left is to plate up. If you want, you can eat with some chicken, some plantain, whatever your liking is. Yo, listen, let me tell you, the spices in this thing were so good. Oh, the peppers, the tomatoes, so rich.
And there you have it, folks. Nigerian oven baked jollof rice. You see, it's not that bad. However, it does take patience, but nonetheless, I think it's totally worth it. All right, folks, so do me a favor. If you learned anything at all from this video, or if you enjoyed it, do me a favor, give me a like, subscribe, and hit that bell as well, just so that anytime I upload, you won't miss a beat. Folks, I gotta go. As a matter of fact, a few other things. If not already, connect with me on Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat, everything at Blessitsjeff. Now, folks, I do gotta go. But 3 things I gotta tell you, you should know by now. God is love, food is good, now let's cook. Until next time, see you later, Bless Squad. Peace.